Let's take a look at the Accusump. So what we have here is, I'm pretty confident that what I'm running is a 2-quart. I tried the 3-quart before, and that sucker just becomes very, very big. You can see my hand. It can be easy to place in some cars, but in the off-road vehicles and custom chassis, you kind of struggle to find a big, long place to run a cylinder that doesn't take up a bunch of room. So our mounting system is a little, is not what they want you to use. So I'll just point that out right now. You have these orange stickers that tell you where to put your clamps, and for us, we couldn't put the clamps there because we ran into clearance issues back here at the chassis. So we moved them up a little bit. You know, the key there is just going to be making sure that we don't tighten down those fasteners too tight, but we should be just fine. We're running their valve this year. Previously in the past, what we had always done was we just let this be like a big reservoir. So as you built pressure up, fluid went into the Accusump, and as you went down an RPM or you got it at an angle where you lose oil pressure, it would exit the chamber and supply the engine. This year what we're using is the 24-270X, which is a very basic on-off valve, and we're going to control that through our engine controls based on oil pressure, and when you key the vehicle on, we'll just set it up so everything gets pre-lubed. So pretty simple and straightforward. Again, this is their basic kit. They have other stuff, other products, excuse me, that have all that logic built into it, but for us it was just easier to go ahead and do you know, the basic kit and do the application side of it ourselves. So it'll sit right up here on our 351. Of course, we got the intake on the side, so we'll have to make a 90 and we'll come back inside the chassis. But you know, these products are great. You know, can really save your engine if you get into a bad situation. You have your pressurization port for your air pressure on the opposing side to where your oil enters and exits. And so we're just going to tie that in with our Canton oil filter adapter. So we run it, get a light in here. It's pretty hard to see. Let me see if I can get a better angle. So you can see it right there. We'll have to angle it such that we don't hit our suspension links, hit our motor mounts and all that stuff. So we're pretty tight, so you know, another reason to run a remote filter. But you know, again, fit and finish is second to none. Very nice billet products, very nice anodizing. So it'll all just get tied in, the Accusump over to, it'll tee into our supply side. Once again, installation information. What do you do? How do you use it? How do you use it properly? So they have a section in the product tech. Accusump installation instructions. This one gets a little longer. It's a whole 11 pages. But it gives you all the information you need. Fundamentals, how it works, where you should mount your control valve, your pressure relief valve. So ours is sitting off to the side, but they recommend to just have it plumbed right out the side of the Accusump. So it goes through all the different valves, how they work, how you need to hook them up. So pretty thorough instructions. Show how to install it when you're running other things as well, your oil cooler, all that stuff. So pretty good stuff to take a look at, just so you don't make a fundamental mistake. But in here it also gives, see if I can find it, tells you how to pressurize it. So yeah, setting your pre-charge. So you just want to have this set up for your specific application, but what you do is you want to, basically what's inside of there is a large piston, and you want to seat it out at the end to get rid of any oil or air that's in your oil side. So you pressurize that Schrader valve to 60 psi, and then all you do is bleed it down to somewhere between 7 and 10. So that's all you do. It's very simple. It's just, you know, some instructions to heed, but you know, something that can really save a pretty expensive engine. In addition, so I talked about that filter adapter. I think it's here in system adapters. So ours is, let's see here, plumbing adapters. Thought it was in there, but let's see here. Maybe it's possible that I overlooked this. So Chevy, Universal. Yeah, okay. So same thing. So this is Universal. It's all the same information. It tells you which side is which. This is pretty important. So you don't want to plumb it up wrong. I always take an etch onto the adapter, which side's which, so I don't forget. But it tells you which way the flow is. So it tells you which way the filtered oil is back to the engine, where your cooler return should go, where your cooler feed should go. All pretty important information. But again, that's all how-to stuff out there to help you be successful in however you're using their products.